of the important considerations, the financial considerations, again, having some clarity on what you want to do, I think a key consideration that a lot of people overlook is, and I think this is just important for life, is the ability to look at yourself objectively. Specifically, objectively against the aim that you have for yourself. So, for example, with me, really being a speaker and working in the personal development leadership space, this is something that I've been doing for 10 years. I started when I was 18. For those of you that follow my story, excuse me for repeating myself, but I did my first workshop at 18, and this was my first year of college, and ever since then I just kept doing them. Whether I was working in more PR capacity, marketing capacity, every stage of my career in life since the age of 18 has been giving back the knowledge that I gained from different experiences. So this is something I've been doing for so long. And with that, I wasn't getting paid to do it. In many cases, other than the people I was speaking to, it didn't garner much attention. Like when I would do like little speaking gigs at colleges, it was just something that I loved to do. I was intrinsically passionate about it, and I still am. Moreover, and again I say this humbly, of course, I was always, at least to the people in the audience, I was always respected for my auditory ability, for my ability to perform in front of large crowds. So it was something that I knew that from a talent perspective, if I may use that word, I knew that I was intrinsically invested and interested in this type of thing. So it really wasn't, the only real change I made in transitioning out of my full-time role was doing speaking and coaching full-time. That's the only thing that changed. I'm still doing the same thing I've been doing. But again, before I made the jump, of the many things I considered, and even getting together with my advisors, was me taking an objective look at myself and say, am I the right person for something like this? And for those of you who are, I guess, on the same or similar ledge, ready to make that jump or thinking about it, again, looking at yourself objectively is important. So let me go into that a bit. And one way to really do it, and I think one of the safest ways to do it, is to take a historical look at yourself. As I mentioned before, I was doing the speaking thing for 10 years. So it was something that, whether I was being paid for it, acknowledged for it or not, I just kept doing it. There were many nights where I would, again, have big campaigns I'm running or managing, and at the same time I'm creating a PowerPoint, and I was always fitting it into anything I wanted to do. I could have run out the office quick enough to give a talk. Like historically, I was always fueled in gears to do this thing. So when I was really thinking of the idea or the fact if I was the person to do it, I didn't have to negotiate with myself or sell myself on that. Like, I knew it historically. So as you consider whether you want to be a musician, for example, consider the same, right? Look at yourself historically. Were you always someone that had a propensity to, pick up a guitar and play? Do you pick up on music easily, right? Like some people I've heard, they can learn instruments by ear. Like, is this just something that you've always had an intrinsic interest in? Something you've always had a strong leaning towards historically? And the beautiful thing about taking a historic look at yourself with the goal of looking at yourself objectively is that it takes ego out of it, right? It takes our personal bias out of it. Like it either is you did, or you were, or you weren't, right? Were you always interested in music or not? Did you put in the work during long summers to get better at the instruments or not, right? It really takes ego out of it. So I think there's a great power in being able to honestly look at yourself historically and assessing whether a particular career transition might be right for you. So for those of you that are, again, on those fringes, take a historical look at yourself. Ask yourself, like, is this something that I was always interested in? Is this something that I have a natural propensity for? What do other people, third parties, say about me when it comes to this, right? Maybe you can ask some people. Not to say that you want to wage your decisions off of other people's opinions, but it's good to get some type of feedback, third-party feedback, right? Don't let it be the final judge of your decision, but just keep that information available to you, right? So there's nothing wrong with gathering information, but really consider that for those of you that are looking to make a huge change. Look at yourself historically, see what type of stories or informations or insights you can pull, and I really do think that can help you. So let me know if you have any questions. I'm always here to help. Bye-bye.